How y'all doing today? Good, good. So how many of you guys have goals and dreams and aspirations? Everyone? Alright, that's good. Well, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ethan Lartey. I'm the owner and creative director of GODSENT. I started the brand after a really bad accident. That something happened to me and it kind of woke me up to say, okay, what am I going to do in this life? What am I going to do to impact others, to become better, safely play football, basketball, soccer, just be the best in what you do. Kind of like that Mamba mentality. But my fault. It's my first public speaking too, so we're gonna get the real uncut whole process, because that's the way we do things. So yeah. But yeah, I started GODSENT after a bad accident I had on January 4th, 2020. I'll show you guys some slides. Here you go. As you see on the screen, GODSENT was founded on January 15th after I got into a freak accident which almost took my life at 17, excuse me. At this time, I was at Riverside High School. Actually, I used to go to Riverside here, my freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior, senior year, I was at Rockridge. So this took place my senior year, that COVID year. And yeah, I'll explain to you the real uncut story, because I feel like there's a lot of things some people said when I came back to Rockridge. I had tried to kill myself. It was just a whole bunch of crazy stories. So we'll say the real uncut story today. So pretty much what happened, I was out the night before with all my buddies, and we were just, having fun, You guys know, as you know. But yeah, we were outside. I come back in the house around 3 a.m., and it was a Saturday. I remember so vividly, I can never forget this moment. And my mom had waken me up. She was like, Ethan, let's go to church, come help me. And I was like, I just got in, it was the night before. I was just trying to sleep in, Saturday morning. But I went and helped my mom. We get to the church, everything goes well. And then my mom was like, we have to go drop your brother off in VCU. And I was like, well, this is not part of the plan. Like, I have to go to work, How many of you guys know Shavish, like DJ Shiv, DJ Vish? So I was actually working with those guys at the time, and I was actually trying to learn how to be a DJ. And I was actually on the way to his event, his wedding, and then this happened. So I was like, Mom, I can't go, I have work, I told them I'm gonna be here at this time. And she was like, okay, I understand. So what I did is I called the Uber home. I got in my house, normal day, and I knew my neighbor was home. Keep this in mind. I knew my neighbor was home, I said what's up to him. Came in the house, and the way my house is, it's a townhouse. It's 3 stories above. So you come upstairs, and then it's noticed at a higher level. And then I'll show you even the real thing. So boom. So you see the window over there is clearly broken, and I fell onto the concrete, but I got up somehow. And how I fell out the window, really, this is the situation that a lot of people, I still don't understand. And this is when GODSENT comes into play. I don't understand how, I do understand, let me stop, it's God. I give him all the glory and all the praise. But, I was looking for my dad's car keys. And at this time, I just started driving. I did not have my own car. And then my dad usually leaves his keys in the drawer. This day, it wasn't in the drawer. So I went over to that same windowsill. He usually keeps his jacket in there. I went there, and then I had slipped on something. I don't know if it was water, but I slipped, and the whole window had broke. At this point, I'm hanging out the window, and I'm screaming. I'm like, okay, if I fall, is this gonna be it? But the way I am, I kind of think ahead. So I was thinking ahead, I knew my neighbor was home, and then I saw a man walk in a Spanish dude. Like I said, I can never forget this. I said, sir, please help me. Same exact way, very respectful. He stopped, looked at me, and kept walking. So at this point, I'm like, we're gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. So now I kind of just braced myself for impact. I fell, and I somehow got up. I knew my neighbor was home, started banging the door, and then he sat me down, the whole neighborhood came out, and then I woke up the next morning, and I was like, thank you, God. But yeah, that's the story. So what GODSENT pretty much does, we try to tell stories through our designs. I think we do pretty good in that. As this is one of my favorite pieces, one of my statement pieces I'll say, when I was like, okay, I'm really gonna do this, and I'm really gonna trust God in the vision He's put on me. So I was in my 8th block civics class. You know, this is after the accident, I kind of recovered, I was back at Rockridge, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because I used to play football as well. I was like, am I gonna play football, or am I gonna pursue this design, this fashion thing that I really wanna do? And, you know, I prayed over it, and then I saw an interview. Like I said, there's moments that I'll just never forget in this whole journey. I saw an interview with the rapper DaBaby, and he was like, what type of person are you if you have a talent, somebody believes in your talent, they're invested in your talent, and then you don't, you know, try to, you know, they believe in you and you don't fulfill what they believe in you for. You're a wasted talent. So I was like, I'd already have some people, you know, buy my first job. My friend Jxmmy over here, he bought my first one. And I was like, okay, these people believe in what I'm doing. Maybe I have 10, 15 people. But those 10, 15 people can move into 100, 1,000. And I thank God, because look at where we are today. But yeah, after that, I kind of understood that. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do for my first statement piece to say, I can really do this? So I know I got creative and I made this, you know, a little slogan which says, may God give my haters courtside seats to watch me ball. And it's pretty much like a entendre, because, you know, to ball, and then it's like a sports reference kind of in any sport, or if you're just a competitive person, it's just may God give my haters courtside seats to watch me ball. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's another cool story. So this video here, this was our first drop-in collection. I'm really proud of this till this day, because like I said, this was like when I really wanted to, you know, do this, and I'll play this for you guys too as well.
I'm probably gonna cry a few times during the course of this thing. I'm an emotional guy. I'd rather be the corny white rapper than drugged out mess. Overdose cases
For my part, you guys have any questions, anything you'd like to ask? I like to make it interactive. I just want to be speaking the whole time. So, you guys have any questions or anything?
Kendall McDaniel has some questions for you if you don't mind.
Perfect.
She's our moderator today.
So before we start, can we get a round of applause one more time for our guest speaker? So here today we have two classes, Mr. Campbell's history class and Ms. Moorhead's African American history class. So as you know, Black History Month just ended, and at Riverside, students and teachers participated by incorporating Black history into their curriculum and decorating the school. Around our school, we had big pop culture celebrities, historical and political figures, and many others who inspire people on the daily. Do you have anyone who inspires you or motivates you?
I have many people inspire and motivate me. I'll say one of my biggest inspirations is Kanye West. He kind of has kind of a similar story with how he kind of found his purpose. His song "Through the Wire." When I was in the hospital, I was really listening to the College Dropout like every day. And he has this one line that says, "I wake up, I drink a Boost for breakfast and Ensure for dessert." And like that was really my life. Like I was not eating anything else but that. So I'll say Kanye West. Rest in peace, but Virgil Abloh. He's a very big inspiration for me too as well. He's from the same place I'm from, which is Ghana in West Africa. So those two I would say are my biggest inspirations for sure.
Okay. So during hard times, how do you stay motivated or overcome your lack of motivation? And what advice do you have for some of our students who are struggling with finishing their second semester?
I like that question. I would say what kind of stays me motivated or keeps me motivated, I understand like when I get down or whatever, I understand that it's a feeling in that moment and it's not gonna last forever. So I play that card, and I think it's the best card to play because if you're truly invested in something, you're obviously gonna have ups and downs. It's not always gonna be a straight rocket ship. So you kind of have to find that middle ground and stay balanced. And may you please ask the second question again?
And what advice do you have for students who are struggling with finishing their second semester?
I would say finish strong. You're already almost done. So once you're done, it'll be good, and then you can move on to what you would like to do, really, if that's college or you want to pursue, YouTube, whatever you want to do. The world is yours. So I'll say that.
So considering both positive and negatives, how has starting this business impacted your life? And at the beginning, would you have changed anything?
I wouldn't have changed anything, no. I think I'm here every moment I'm at. I'm there for a reason. I'm there for that exact moment. So no, I would not change the accident. I would not change what happened 4 years ago at Riverside. I would not change anything. And I would say for positive and negatives, like when I kind of founded the idea for GODSENT, I knew if I ran with it and I really put my time into it, my life would change forever. So I'll say it was a positive, but also had negatives. I had to sacrifice a football scholarship that I worked, all 4 years of high school for something that it didn't exist. Nobody saw it, and I kind of just had to bet on myself. So I would say those are the two positives and negatives.
Okay, so describe your experience being a Black clothing business owner, because it must be pretty cool having people like DJ, Ish, and like little TJ wear your brand.
Yeah, it definitely is cool. Shout out to Vishnu. That's one of my really good friends, and we kind of help each other in both our lanes. So big shout out to him. But I would say it's really cool. But my biggest thing being a Black creative, I would say is I wouldn't even want to pick at that like that because I feel like art hits everybody different, and that's kind of the beauty of it. He may like it, but she may not like it, and that's perfectly fine. I think that's the whole cool part about it. It's all your perspective, so I'll say that.
Yeah, so other than having cool people wear your brand, what is the greatest joy about owning a business?
The greatest joy I will say about owning a business is the freedom that comes with it. Today I can come to the post office at 4 p.m. and then tomorrow I can go at 11 a.m. So I'm not really on any schedule, but as long as it gets done, of course. But I would definitely say the freedom.
So we know that GODSENT launched in 2020. Was it difficult keeping your business going during COVID? And did quarantine unleash any type of creativity you had?
For sure, definitely. Like you said, I said, I wouldn't change anything because if anything, that was kind of a time where I can hide and study more and really tap into, the art and how to build a brand. So even that was a big blessing, COVID. I was in the house and I was just kind of studying other creatives. So I would say that, yeah.
Do you have advice for anyone wanting to start a clothing business or business in general?
I would say stay true to yourself, believe in yourself, believe in your vision because it's your vision for a reason. He's not gonna see it, she's not gonna see it, but you see it and that's all that matters. And if you really feel it and you really trust in it, go ahead on it because it's there for a reason. It's not just random ideas you have and random thoughts. So that for sure.
And then our last question is, how was your experience at Riverside or Rockbridge, and what's your favorite memory about it?
I definitely had fun at both schools. Riverside was really fun. My friend over there, Jxmmy, he's laughing because we have a lot of fun memories and a lot of fun moments. And his thing is kind of make memories, so I think we've been making a lot of memories. But I would say I definitely had more fun at Riverside. But I wouldn't just going back to I wouldn't change anything because I met cool people from Riverside and I met cool people from Rockridge, teachers and staff and students that I'm still cool with to this day. So it was fun.
Yeah, so those are the rest of our questions that Mr. Lartey's asking us. So if anyone in the audience has any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah.
So I've been following your brand on social media, and I've noticed you guys partnered with Tier Zero, right?
Yeah.
Other retailers. What was the process getting your brand into the retail store?
So the process with Tier Zero was really cool. I had another friend of mine named Robbie. I've known him for a while since middle school, and he came up to me with the idea that they're about to open a store. And I was like, yeah, let's do it, of course. And it happened in the summer. But the process with it, I don't really have a team right now, so it's me just running around the town, whether it's delivering a package in Leesburg, then I'm in South Rider. But it was really just me, fulfilling orders, bringing the boxes, counting inventory, just staying on top of the game and staying notes, knowing how much shirts had left the next day. But it's a lot of work, but I understand that this is the process and this is the game. And you have to be ready for that if you want to start your own business. Because you're not really going to have money to pay someone. If you do, that's great, but if you don't, you're not going to really have someone to pay to, ship out your packages, etc. So I would say that was the process.
So after you left the hospital, how were your parents, how did they feel about you starting
This thing, they were actually my mom has her own business as well. I think I get my entrepreneur genes from her for sure. She has her own home care agency, and they loved it for the most part, They never shunned it, and I thank my parents a lot for that, because I know some parents would be like, I'll never forget, I'll go back to this story. When I came, I was going to go to a school called Bethany in West Virginia, a very small D3 school for football. And I came downstairs after seeing the baby interview I spoke about previously. And I came up to my parents and I was like, I don't want to go anymore. I want to do this. And my dad was like, okay. My mom was like, no, are you really sure, blah, blah, blah. Because she knows how much I worked for the football scholarship. But, they stood behind me 1,000%. So yeah, they were fully invested.
What was going through your head when you fell and the man just kind of walked by?
Well, when I saw him walking, I'll never forget, because I was like this. And I was looking like him there, and the sidewalk was there. And he had already, it's like he disappeared. It was so quick, but like I said, I'll never forget it. He walked by, and then I started focusing back on what I had to focus on, which was living at the time. And I fell. I didn't even notice if he was still there or not, but when everybody else came up from the neighborhood, I just realized his face wasn't one of them. And then I haven't seen him till today, but I pray for him, That's all you can do.
So this is a question I've been dying to ask. As social media has progressed, you see creators and innovators are less frequent to collaborate and be supported. More people look for the failure than the success. And one of the things that always impressed me with, when we did the senior thing and we were outside, you guys were all here, even though it was Vish and it was Shiv. You all support one another. Is that a conscious decision? How did that come about that you guys have always collaborated and worked together to support one another?
So I think even collaborating and working together takes your business to another level. With the little TJ story, that was more of Vishnu's gig. I remember he did the concert. Shiva, even his older brother, was like, do you want to sponsor this event under GODSENT? And at first I was very hesitant. Shiva even had to push me a little bit, and I thank God he did. But he was like, this is a big opportunity. You never know what can come out of it. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. And I did it, and I took that leap of faith, and I got, little TJ to wear the brand. But if it wasn't for those two guys,